This project has been a personal dream of mine since I came to the Bodleian, and so today it's so exciting to have a facility that has changed really dramatically the dynamic between the university itself and the citizens of Oxford, the people who come to the city. The Western Library is part of the Bodleian Libraries, a group of research libraries in the University of Oxford, which was founded in 1602 and is now the home for the Bodleian special collections. It's rare books, manuscripts, archives. The library is actually a refurbishment of a much older building designed by Giles Gilbert Scott, completed in the early years of the war, but by the end of the 20th century had really fallen seriously into decline. We really needed to undertake a major renovation of the building just to stop it from burning down.
Giles Gilbert Scott was a famous architect of his time, famous for instance for the red telephone boxes, but he really turned rather a blank face to Broad Street.
It didn't live up to the extraordinary setting here right in the historic centre of Oxford. And if you think across the street there are the most beautiful buildings, Hawksmoor's Clarendon Building, Wren's Sheldonian.
The brief to us was to turn the existing building into a library for special collections with public facilities, exhibitions. So the overall number of books that are actually in the building now is much less than what was there before. But that meant that we could carve out bigger spaces for other uses. So there's the public space, the exhibition spaces, and then we could create new reading rooms. There's an amazing new reading room up on the top of the building with these fantastic views out over Oxford, the dreaming spires of Oxford.
Underground we have completely refurbished storage spaces. Upstairs we have reading rooms where scholars and members of the public can come and consult materials. We have spaces where conservation of library materials can take place, new facilities where the latest technique can be applied to the preservation of library collections.
In a way, externally, this is the biggest change. By introducing this long horizontal glass wall, some 3 meters or so back, it's completely transformed the facade of the building to something that's much lighter than it was.
We're standing inside the Western Library in a space that used to be 11 stories of bookshelving and is now a space where we're able to share our great collections with the general public.
Well, when I came in, I looked up, and what I really liked was the fact that instead of walls hiding the books, because after all it's a library, the fact that you've got glass means you see all the books.
When I was a student here, people said that it was a bit depressing, it was a bit 30s, it was a bit like a public library. Now it's got this very nice canteen and the good exhibitions, very spacious, and it really has made a difference to the centre of Oxford.
Previously I walked around it for many, many years and it always seemed to exclude people. Now that it's open with a glass front, it's very, very welcoming. It's a joy.
It's become one of the most loved buildings in an incredibly short space of time in this city full of extraordinary buildings. And that's been one of the most wonderful aspects of the whole project.